Alright, so back to basics. Covering another topic that I have talked about in the past, and that is the combat system of Dragon Quest 12. Obviously, we don't know what the combat for this game is like because, well, we literally just got an image. That was the reveal trailer, just a logo for Dragon Quest 12. But I wanted to talk about the combat system again because, thanks to Reddit, I've come across this interview about Yuji Hori, and he's asked about the turn-based system that Dragon Quest games have had for pretty much all of its existence. Now, this is from 3 years ago, mind you, so it's not anything new, but I still found it interesting enough to talk about. To paraphrase what Yuji Horii said, well, he basically said that action RPGs are not very accessible to everyone, whereas turn-based RPGs are more accessible to a wider audience because not everyone is good at action RPGs. And another thing he said is that, and I quote, "I still feel we can make turn-based RPGs very exciting." So my thoughts is that as long as Yuji Horii is alive, we will get turn-based Dragon Quest games. But even though I love turn-based RPGs, I do think it would be cool to see some action elements added. Not to the level of an FF7, even though I absolutely adore that game, because I still want Dragon Quest core to be turn-based, right? But I think it would be interesting if it did something like Korono Kiseki. Now, before I explain what Korono Kiseki is, I just want to say that I don't really think that Dragon Quest will ever adopt what Korono Kiseki did, and that is allowing the player to change mid-battle seamlessly between an action RPG or a turn-based RPG. You have the choice between either combat styles. Korono Kiseki is part of the larger Legend of Heroes series and sadly is a game we have not gotten here in the West. Now we do have two other games from the Legend of Heroes series in the West on Nintendo Switch, and that is The Legend of Heroes Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4. These are immaculate turn-based RPGs. You guys know that I love Dragon Quest because it's just solid in everything: characters, world, combat. The turn-based battles and the break system in Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4 are so much fun, and in my opinion, better than Dragon Quest 11 in terms of pure just combat. Now, I cannot speak on Korono Kiseki because obviously I have not played the game, it has not been localized, but I trust the creators of the Legend of Heroes franchise. Like I said, I've played Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4, and those are solid games, so I would assume that the dual combat system of Korono Kiseki is solid as well. So imagine a Dragon Quest game with a combat system like that. You could literally recommend the game to anyone because if you like turn-based RPGs, you have that. If you like action RPGs, it has that. And, it's just separated into, two of the most normal combat you'd see in a video game, right? It's not like weird and quirky in its own fun way like Xenoblade. Now, like I said, I don't think Dragon Quest 12 will go this route, but I do think this type of dual combat system would be interesting to see in at least one entry of the Dragon Quest franchise. And I wanted an excuse to talk about Korono Kiseki because when this game released in Japan back in 2021, I found its concept so interesting. Now, I didn't look too much into it. I didn't watch that much gameplay on it because, well, it has not been localized. So, of course, your boy hasn't played it. I've been telling you, I've just been raised in the wrong country, man. I wish I was born in Japan so I could play these JRPGs. So, yeah, in summary, I think that Dragon Quest 12 will most likely be a turn-based RPG. I think that it may incorporate some action elements. Being part of that, what Yuji Horii said, I believe we can still make turn-based RPGs very exciting, but I think that at its foundation, Dragon Quest 12 will be a turn-based RPG, because I believe in Yuji Horii. He's a good man. Regardless of what it turns out to be, though, I'll love Dragon Quest 12, and also, it would be cool to see a Dragon Quest game, with that dual combat system like Korono Kiseki. That pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I'll see you in the next Dragon Quest discussion. Peace.